to his legs. That's my corny.
That's corny.
What happened? Selection make a decision because they all look good. Right there. So pick one bucket. Stop. You did that then. You stop. You stop. Who stop? I'm gonna get like okay. I still know that some of that wop wop. Oh shit. Damn. What is this shit? That's Wayne Gacy. Oh,
Yeah, but
let me. Yes, you can. You can watch it and then we can rewind it when we finish with the whoop wop and hear it. At least see it. Whether, uh, see.
no, I can actually watch my head.
That's not there.
What was it for yesterday when he was drinking? Ryan, I was out shopping.
Oh, but it's better if you're shopping than I'm knocking the fuck out.
No,
That's
that's
fair.
not there.
So what's fair?
All day it's there.
I don't understand why. English, English. Okay. I want our kids to speak English. All right. Well, you gotta get the fuck. Into what you think? Fuck. What? English. Find the lighter I gave you. You got all my lighters. I gave you my lighters, then you hide them from yourself.
No, listen, first look in your bag because you took from my car, my blue special
That's the
lighter.
only one I took from the car.
Okay, well, you got it. Give it to
But you got all my lighters.
me. I got your little pink red lighter back.
What? English. Jesus Christ. I made it final. Okay. Right.
I'll slap your face off.
Right.
Hey, handsome. You ready to go live? You look
I'm in
good.
Newark.
Ah, traveling man.
Oh,
Okay.
oh yeah.
So what do I need to do for us just to go live?
Go right here.
Right here?
No, this one.
Right here. Give it a sec.
And right here, Instagram page.
Oh yeah, Instagram. I hate the way Instagram made me look.
There you go.
We're going.
You can go back to screen, make that full screen.
Okay. It's gonna say we're going live.
Yeah, it's gonna say the top is on. It'll do what it do, but just click on that. Yeah.
We making
Live on
nuts.
Facebook. Good Sabbath. Hey, honey. Let me turn this on. How are you?
Well, hello.
Go to view.
I'm DJing right now. I gotta turn
Okay.
my shit on.
Go to gallery. It's on gallery. Where'd you go? Why'd you turn your camera off? Hello, world. It's Paula J
DJ.
and Gotti. I don't know why he turned his camera off. Let me see.
I was DJing. I had to turn the music off. You understand, man?
Well, you look so handsome. Where are you?
I'm in Newark, New Jersey.
Oh, you're a traveling man. What are you doing in Newark, New Jersey?
Well, you know, I'm finna announce my new clothing line, Iconic Clothing. So it's a fashion event this weekend. You understand me? The Fashion Weekend All-Star event that my folks, John Glassman is putting together, man, with his peoples. And, you know, we announcing the whoop wop.
Whoop wop, whoop wop. So tell me about it. Is there going to be like a big fashion show? Is it going to be like this?
Yep. What they got, babe? They got the fashion shows tomorrow, and then on Sunday is the entertainment where they got performances by my nephew and his group, and you know, I'm gonna be there, speak to the people, give that love.
Well, shout them out. Who's your nephew and the folks? Who's performing? Is it going to be virtual? Can we watch it? Can we support other than buying? I'm loving what you got on over here. I love the mask.
This is the dog. You dig what I'm saying? The champ put me up. Yeah, big Snoop.
Oh, okay. Cool. So that's not your stuff. That's Snoop stuff. That's nice.
Oh yeah.
Tell them to hook us all up. I rock that. That's real cute. I know Lily got the ladies wear. So
yeah, you did that.
You missed last week. We had a Prince on, like a straight up real Ghanaian Prince. And it really hit me that, you know, we over here, we're always calling ourselves kings and queens. And when he told me he was a prince, I was like, okay, your highness. And I was jive like, you know, just playing. And he was like, yes, you don't have to call me your highness. You can call me Chris. Chris Atas, shout out. And it hit me that he was serious. You know what I mean? Serious. And we as Americans,
he thought you were serious. He thought you were serious.
Which showed me he was serious. We as Americans always talking about we kings and queens, but are we really believing it? You know, there's a difference between saying it and really owning it. And this brother from Africa who was genuinely a prince owned it. Like, you don't have to call me your highness. You can just keep calling me.
I mean, on a real note, though, sis, you know, Paula. I mean, people don't want the reals because no, you're not a king and you're not a prince, okay? Because you're from America, you.
But we
Okay,
are
because
corrupt. There's
real kings, there's real kings and queens and princes and princesses out there.
And we are.
No, we call ourselves that, okay?
No,
What is your kingdom?
And that's the problem.
Princes
we call ourselves,
no, see,
but
that's
we don't believe
spiritual.
it.
But that's spiritual. That's not what you can touch, because that's a mindset.
Right.
This guy
exactly.
is prince.
That's my point.
Okay?
It's a mindset.
He has a kingdom. It's a mindset.
We have a kingdom.
In our mind.
Right.
Yeah, where's your kingdom?
Let me see. In heaven, we all have the kingdom of God.
Okay,
and it all goes back to that.
See, now, you know, I'm a lawyer by nature. I'm a lawyer by trade. I'm a lawyer, but
But it's all also an inherited kingdom that we did rule over, was stolen from us, and we forgot. The fact that he he came from Ghana.
You sure you want to get deaf with me with that? Because
yes, that's why we're here. That is why we are here to talk to the people.
Ain't nobody. Hey, look, cuz ain't nobody. First of all, this is the Paula and Kurupt forum.
And this is, where are we? This is forum. And why do we call it the forum, Kurupt?
Because it's for them. It's for the people.
All the kings and queens out there who say it, but don't own it. We call Beyonce a queen. She owns it. Huh? What's her kingdom? Her queendom? New York, Houston. Then mine is Ohio. Yours is the world. We are kings and queens.
Hold on. You said she owns it? Like, what do you mean? The way she
the way she carries herself, the way she approaches life, the way she.
But when you call her Queen Beyonce, she's gonna be like, "Thank you."
Exactly. That's my point.
If she was a real queen of Zamunda, she'd be like, "You don't have to call me that. Just call me B."
Like Little Dude.
Because that was real.
She does.
Because that was real.
I can't see her going around like.
He gets his balls washed every day. He gets his balls washed every day back in his kingdom with 4 to 5 different women.
I think you watched too many movies, but he did say that he is allowed to marry multiple wives.
Motherfucking right. You better ask Akon. Akon's royalty. See, that's real royalty. Akon can marry 15 girls.
What makes Akon any more royal than you or I?
Because Akon is from Africa and he actually has a kingdom.
It was just stolen from us. A lot of us.
Wait. Royal. Which one of anybody that you've met in your life through your family or anybody that's been to that kingdom, man?
Yeah, we got to go back. My kingdom is Cleveland, Ohio. And I was at least an empress. Quit playing.
Hey, look,
I be the dang on mayor. Here the rules are different. But I'm talking about a mental and a spiritual royalty that we are inherently from, that we have forgotten.
But I'm with you, sis, with the spiritual. Like, because the prime example, that's not spiritual, my nigga. That's a fact.
Okay, I'm with it. Yes.
Yeah, because we can get on the plane and go to his kingdom. Can we get on the plane and go to ours?
Yes. I can go to Cleveland. My kingdom was stolen from me. But does that make me any less a queen? No.
Wait. Cleveland was stolen from
you? If Queen Victoria should fall tomorrow and they decide in England they don't want a monarchy anymore, does that mean she's not the queen anymore?
You damn skippy if all the people come together and say there are no kings and queens.
So in her heart, she will always say, I am royalty. There are Romanovs all over the world saying I'm descended from royalty.
What makes you a king or a queen in literal terms is
a kingdom.
The fact, right. If you are born, because if that's the case, then Albie Shore's son is a king he actually has a kingdom. See,
and that is great.
Rest in peace to Kim Porter. And then
everyone that is a homeowner, and everybody who's a homeowner or landowner is a king.
That's their kingdom, right? But it ain't
not
the same
as Lord or a landlord.
It ain't the same as that prince that you had on the line.
Right.
They don't even pay with cash, nigga. They pay with gold bars.
Because he's been able to maintain his kingdom.
No, because he has a real kingdom.
Right, but they've maintained their kingdom.
Where they set their own laws. They set their own laws.
Right. Well, you do too, Kurupt. I'm sure if I ask anyone in your kingdom, the laws have been set in stone.
And the laws are to follow the law. And the laws are to follow the law of America.
Or hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more. Okay. So, well, back to my point, to the American kings and queens. We've got to quit just saying it. You know, because
so let me ask you a question. We got to live by example though. But Paula, so what's the example of a person that's that fits your description, that lives it? What's the example? Because we're not talking about royalty necessarily give an example.
Only because my visual example would be inadequate. Because you're right. I really don't know. I know Beyonce, but I don't know her well enough to say in all aspects of her life, she carries herself as a queen. I know that's what I see from the outside looking in. But if you really want to know if someone is a king or a queen, it takes more than a surface visual to really see those qualities in a person. Like I can definitely say,
I think just like just like in America, just like in America, the same applies to the world. Just like with our government and our president, the same applies to the world. A king and a queen simply is the same thing.
But I can say, you're right.
As our president and first lady.
I see Beyonce as a leader.
Same thing, you know what I'm saying? Right.
A leader.
So the king and the queen, let's go to the king and queen.
But not just any old leader, a leader that rules with dignity and humility. And I can say those two things about all of us. You mean Beyonce.
The king and the queen and the president and the president's wife are still made by the people.
Right.
People
but I think I don't think the king and queen. So if the people all came together,
let's go to the Queen of England. Let's go to a real queen, Queen of England.
Or even how they chopped off Marie Antoinette's head.
If all the people of England were to get together and say, we're not honoring this dictatorship, this king and queen shit, then we're not honoring that, then it would be irrelevant.
But does that make her any less a queen? Because, Catherine, got her kingdom stolen, and the Scottish people fought for her to get it back because in their minds she was always their queen. Whether she
therefore, it don't matter what a person thinks of themselves. It's the people.
So you think the people make the kings and queens? We don't. Exactly. But it has to start within. Before the people can validate what you are, what the perception or what you are putting out there, projecting, then it takes the people to validate that you have been crowned.
And another thing, you can't compare.
But if that was the truth,
you can't compare.
It's not really democratic, though.
Now, Pete, when you say king and queen, the main thing you got to understand is that you can't compare a person who became a person who calls themselves a queen and a person says that that's the queen and it just became queen 20 years ago. These people are from a heritage
you're talking about
hundreds of thousands of years.
So then it becomes less democratic. And
you are born this. You are
and they say that it's God's rule. It is God's will.
I don't know if that's so.
If you're born into it, if you're born into privilege, if you're born into poverty, it's God's will.
The Queen of England was married to be the queen. Am I correct?
No. She was born
So the
into
Queen
it.
of England. So she was born into it, and
Right.
her
See,
for
that's just sexist
spots, right?
for you to
Wait,
assume
now her
that she was the one
no,
that
I
married
asked no
into it.
question. See, you got
He
to understand.
married
I asked a
into it.
question.
The German.
I asked a question.
Okay,
I
I'm
didn't
just cleaning
say
it up.
anything. Oh, I'm just saying. Okay, I didn't make a
Clean up,
statement. I
woman.
asked her. Okay.
But the answer
this
is
queen. So this
he
queen was
married.
born into it.
Right.
Now, where did her descendancy come from? Because in order to be a queen,
Africa.
you had to
Everybody
be a
comes from
princess
Africa.
first.
Right.
You either married into, so that means that the
German.
king was the king. So
They're
who was
German.
the original king of England? Because that
Well, they say
original king of
Arthur,
England.
but you know,
So the original
kind of
king,
Jesus
if I'm
too.
not mistaken, Paula,
Mhm.
but if I'm not mistaken, the original king married the queen, and that's what made the queen become the queen.
Okay, the
And then from
original
there,
king,
the
yeah,
bloodline
he was
stretched.
also born
So-
of king. You know,
So the bloodline
since the
stretched
beginning
from the
of
original
time.
king and the original queen. Right. So with this queen that we have, Elizabeth, birth of the king and the queen.
Right.
So what makes her that. Now let's look at the parents we talking about here.
My mom and daddy is the king and the queen. My daddy had his own salon. He was the king of hairs.
Oh my God, you're gonna compare a salon to a real
It is what it is. It's all perspective.
I'm not putting pops down. Okay?
Yeah, well, it sounded to me like you're trying to put somebody down.
I'm not putting it down. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying you was asking questions about kings and queens. And like you had a real
I've heard of people being called the king of hair. Michael Jackson was the king of pop. It's all relative. But I just wanted, and we got to get the show started. But because me and you can talk about kings and queens.
And Michael lived.
Are you a king?
Michael lived.
Yes, he did live it. And he had Neverland. That was his kingdom.
Oh, boy, did he. What he did Neverland.
And Detroit. I said, everybody's kingdom is ruled differently, Kurupt. You just worry about how you rule your kingdom over there. And
it's all in your
mind.
It's all in your mind. So I agree with you because we are all kings and queens in our own right.
Yes.
I get it.
And you got to believe it. Like dude believed it. Yeah, he may be really royal, blah, blah. He may have a ceremony, but we all have birthdays.
Check this
we
out.
celebrate our ceremonies.
If he was born in Detroit.
No, he was born in Ghana.
If he was born, I said, if he was born,
he was cool like that. I was born in Detroit, and I think I'm a queen.
Hey, look, if he was born in Detroit, would he have that same mentality?
And that's my point. We say it here in America, and that's my point. Like, he owned it. I was like, oh, your highness. He was like, no, it is not necessary for you to call me your highness right now.
It. He was born it. When he was born,
we were bringing him.
He was eating.
Remember.
He was eating, and he didn't even go to school.
Because he didn't get brainwashed like us. We got brainwashed, so we forget.
Brainwashed? Wait a minute. Only reason why he's humble. Wait. Probably the only reason why.
They don't tell us we kings and queens.
Humble. The only reason why he's probably humble. See, the reason why he's probably humble is because that's something that he created amongst himself. See, he's a self, which means, well, you grow up privileged because you could be a pure dick. You could be an asshole.
You could be that broke.
Right. Exactly. So, you could be broke and have the mentality of a king and queen, but it ain't real.
Why not?
Okay.
And that's what I want us to remember. It is real. And until we believe it.
That's the problem with the world today.
You got faith.
You got niggas that say they gangsters. See, that's just the look. You got niggas that say they gangsters, they believe it until they shoot the gun and kill the person. Then all of a sudden they want to tell on everybody and they talking about, wait, I'm not a gangster anymore. So were they a gangster when they believed it? I'm not
talking about gangsters and killing people. You should have known off top, don't be trying to kill nobody. That's not biblical.
It's all belief.
I'm talking about some glory of God being the best you that you are, and knowing within your heart that you are born of kings and queens and not slaves from Mississippi, because they were transported. They didn't. Our lineage goes back to those kings and queens.
If they was kings and queens, then, hey, if they was kings and queens, how they get transported? Kings and queens don't get transported.
The boats brought us over from Africa.
Kings and queens, the number one thing about being a king.
We were the ones that lost the war.
How you gonna lose?
Just because you lose the war don't mean you ain't a king and queen. Somebody got to win, somebody got to lose. It just means your army was off. You need a better general.
But you know what? You are not a king and a queen, and you're
not anymore. You in Mississippi talking about my heritage is anime. Wilcox, I don't know.
All our heritage is that. Okay.
Yes, and then beyond. I just want our people to remember.
When your kingdom got stolen from you.
Right. It don't mean you ain't still a king and a queen. Just because your kingdom has been stolen, you have been transported and brainwashed. Just remember and truly believe that you are kings and queens, then you won't need to go get no gun. Because if you truly believed in God, you wouldn't need a gun. You know that you was a badass king. And ain't nobody gonna come for you because the battle is whose.
Did you ask the prince what his religion was? Did you ask the prince what his religion?
Well, no.
What's his religion?
We didn't talk about religion. See, you
all right. So did God plant him?
Africans are Christians now.
But you're Africans, you gotta ask him what's his religion.
Yeah, I'll ask him at work and I'll tell you next week. Can we get the people in the world? Okay.
Wait. Oh, hey, look. In one of our first original interviews, our first original pieces that we've done with this beautiful show we got, Paula and Kurupt's Forum, right? We touched on the subject about a prince who broke all rules and got him a black woman.
Megan. I said, and I brought Megan up. I said, I will, if I met Meghan Markle, I would do a little curtsy. You know, out of respect, give her her flowers.
He really is the Prince of England.
And that's what I said to him. Sometimes I'll call you Prince Chris. You know.
Now, also, you can't have 30,000 kings and queens around this motherfucker.
Right. Well, I don't think everybody calls Harry Prince Harry.
If you're the queen,
people can say, "What's up, Harry?"
If I'm the king of California, then who the fuck is Snoop?
He the king too.
The last I checked, Snoop was the king. Can't be 30,000 kings.
His father is one of the many kings of Ghana. You know, Kwame Nkrumah is the original king of Ghana, and then he had other people that he appointed kings as well. So just the fact that Snoop would have made you a king of your own little district.
So the king,
and then he rules over it all.
So the king appointed other people and gave them the title of king, correct?
Yes.
So there's still one king.
Right. And you're all one because you all still belong to him who is the representation of God on earth. So you're all appointed by his royal wisdom.
Their king, so their king, one king, because there's always one
and that
king.
Is God.
I can point you and say you're a king. So be a king.
And God,
you can live in it, but I'm the real king. You can't be greater than the original king.
And that's God.
So there's only one king.
God.
Okay. God is the king.
Yes. And then it is his will who is born into the throne.
A king. God's not a king. God is God. The name is everything. Right. There's no title besides
King of
God.
Kings. King of Kings.
God.
King of Kings. He's the king of the kings.
And God said. You know what? Listening to you, cuz I might have followed Jimmy Jones.
You are a king, because I said you were a king.
I heard Jim Jones.
You done made all our people go away. We had some people that we was gonna talk to. They gone now. They got tired of waiting for our butt. He's king and queen. They supposed to wait out there until we get to them. Ain't that how it works?
Well, guess what?
With the king and the queen.
This forum is built of queens and kings because the queen and the king, because it's the queen Paula Jizzle
and the king Kurupt. Got it.
What? And we live it, baby.
And you also missed, we had some really, really great competition on the hip hop part of our show.
What was that like?
That was fun.
What was that like?
Everybody was supposed to bring their crew, but one crew member didn't show up. So the guy who did show up, he just battled little our youngin. So
who won?
What did you say for Emo the Great?
Who
I don't know, because nobody ever officially said. What Derek said was that we would wait for Emo's friend to show up, which would be this week, and let them go heads up, because it was two totally different styles. It was like DMX battling Pimp C. You know, it was.
Well, you know, I mean, you know,
that's the battle royale. DMX, Pimp C, two totally different styles, but both cold in their own right. So dude was on more like a lean. His style was more leaned out. You know, like he was sipping on some sizzle.
Look, they was both kings.
Yeah, one from the South and one from the New Yorks. King of New York.
Right. They was both kings.
Our guest, she left me a text, but I don't know. I don't be having time to look at these texts. I'm sorry, y'all. It's enough to try to get it together. I've lost my thumbs, got all of these, and I'm really trifling. This queen is not on her.
I mean, you work hard, okay?
When
you work hard.
When you lose one nail, you're supposed to take them all off. You're not supposed to just be rolling around with 8. Hey, gorgeous.
Hey.
You came on the you looking good. You DJing. Okay, everyone. This is Cosi Calloway, aka Cosi. Gotti, do you know Cosi?
I mean, she so look like she's DJing the Grammys or something. I mean, hey.
Well, she's gonna come on and DJ for us because she's cold like that. And that's one of my besties. I've known her for like, I want to say going on 30 years now, at least 25.
Right.
So she's coming through to just kick it with us. We had a guest on that I really, really wanted to be here. I'm not gonna call her out until she comes, but she's going through some loss right now. And I called Cassandra to help me talk to her because, you know, grief therapy is something real. And a lot of us have lost members of our families due to COVID and the vaccine and, you know, just this crazy couple of years. And I really wanted to talk to her and talk with someone who was going through that loss. And maybe there was something that we could say, but is there anything anyone can ever say when someone has experienced the deep loss of losing a parent? Gotti, do you have both of your parents?
I lost my mother to MS.
And how long ago was that?
Years and years and years.
Like how many about? I lost my dad when I was about 2 or 3. So I'd say that's
how many years ago? You think, baby, like 10?
Okay, so that's hard. And how do you still deal with that? Are you even 10 years isn't that long, you know?
10 years is a lifetime.
Okay, talk about that.
Your parent, depending on your relationship with your parents. See, my mother was my best friend. She was, with my mom, I could never do wrong. I always had a place to be. Also somebody that I respected and I listened to. She was everything. So, it's like I'm alone now, and a lot of people, if they're like me, you become a workaholic or an alcoholic, or you know what I'm saying, you convert to things to keep your mind off of it, and you keep on going straight, but it still is inside, it's your mother. And that's what my mother was to me. My father's still here. So I tried to get more closer to my father, and because he's the last of the Mohicans, you know what I'm saying?
I know you've experienced a lot of loss. If you don't mind, can we talk about Natina and losing, and no disrespect to Lisa, of course, but losing a significant other, a spouse, the mother of your child. It's also, I would think, a significant loss. I think I just said it. Do you mind sharing those? How did you cope, and are you still coping with that? What is the difference between the loss?
It's really no difference, because Natina, I mean, we have a son together, so my son has to experience at a young age. He had to be like 10, 9.
I was, right.
He had to experience what I experienced when I was grown.
Right.
And it's crazy. Okay, I lost my mama. Now my son might lose his mother.
Wow.
Saying, and Lisa was like a mother figure to Tina, and she lost Lisa first.
Right.
Then she lost her. Then her mother, and the Tina's mother, and what she's going through with losing Tina, and then after Natina, she lost her other daughter, Maisha, and then so Trendon lost his mother and his auntie.
Right.
So it's her mother's woes, Trend's woes, which all just brings back my own woes of me losing my mother. And it recycles, Dad's just lost his mother, and it recycles, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Which it always brings you back to your original pain of losing your own mother, and reminds you like, wow, no matter how much drugs or alcohol, things that you do, you still gonna wake up and have to deal with the fact that they're not there. Latina was Trent's best friend as well. You know what I'm saying? And
such a young age, 10 years old is a very, very, interesting age.
Yeah,
yes.
Right. And when did you lose?
I was 3, so I wasn't as cognizant as Trent. Like being 10 years old, I remember my son being 10. It is a very bonding time in a child's life between, especially a boy, between mother and son. So losing her at that age where he's cognizant of his love for her, and she's at that age, his girlfriend, she's his world. He doesn't really start looking at other girls, boys will be boys, but until around 12 or 13. So at 10, that is a very, very close age for mother and son. Me losing my father.
And he can comprehend, yeah. And he can comprehend. He knows what loss is.
Comprehend the loss.
So his mom was going
comprehend
to
the loss.
School,
yes.
When you go to school and you see, all the other kids' mamas coming to get them from school, and they're there, and your mother isn't there, that has to affect, because, I could go through the entire year not tripping, but Mother's Day comes.
Right.
And then, I don't have my mother. Everybody else is celebrating with their mother. I don't have mine. So it's always going to be a reminder in life. And it can make you or break you. And, first for me, it really broke me. And that's when I really extra went on a binge with the alcohol. That was my escape.
Right. Well,
alcohol and anger.
Right. So they say there are stages of grief. now that you mentioned your different stages, where I think the alcohol was somehow a stage of not wanting to accept it or running from dealing with the grief itself. Then they say there's the
All of it.
anger. Right,
All of it.
right.
Of it.
Um,
Running from it, not wanting to deal with it, just and you have nobody to blame because it's a natural wop wop. So then you just, you get caught in that thing, and you got to bring yourself out of it, and you got to keep going, and always remember that they're still right there in that queendom she's in,
mm-hmm.
that
So,
kingdom.
Cosi, what advice have you ever lost anyone? Like I said, I lost, my major loss has been my father, but losing him at such a young age, I always say, has been a blessing and a curse, because I didn't have to feel the pain, that I can remember, and I never got to know the man, which is the curse, as well. Have you ever experienced that type of loss in your life?
Well, we know my mom is still alive. Praise
Right.
God. My father passed away like in 93. Wow, I'm not even telling you the date he passed away, but my dad passed away in 93. And because he wasn't in our lives, I didn't cry until I saw him in the casket. His death didn't affect me as much as when my friend Tamar passed away. Because Tamar was like a sister to me. You had the opportunity to spend several, much time with her as well. And because of her not dealing with her issues, she was drinking and just being out of control. And you can do but so much to try to help someone. So, with her, I just stepped back and said, I can only do, but, with so much, do for her, but so much. But when it comes to death, I just think people are in a better place. They're not suffering like not murder and those things. But when we've been here for a while, I know that we're going to die.
Right.
So my thing is, I'm going to pass away. What's the legacy? What did I do? What have I done?
To leave behind, yes.
That people are gonna say when they stand up and speak at my funeral, and if they don't have to, that this is what type of person I was, and this is the type of human being.
I think you brought up a beautiful point, that you went to your father's funeral, and sometimes going to the funeral does put perspective and ending on the situation. Gotti, hey Gotti, did you go to unmute yourself?
Hey, Paul, I got a song for you.
I'm missing you. I don't want to pay no money for that now. Gotti, did you go to Natina? Did you go to Natina's funeral? Did they hold a funeral for her, or your mom? Cassandra mentioned that going to her father's funeral helped her put it all in perspective. Seeing the body laid out is definitely a confirmation that, they're gone. And it might indeed help with the healing, or begin the process
going
of how
to
you begin.
My mother's funeral, when these things happen, I'm the head after my mama. So I had no time to really mourn.
Right.
I had to be strong. I had
to get it all going.
Make sure the funeral was right. Right. I had to be there for my sister Angie and my brother Roscoe.
Right.
We all lost our mamas, and we had to hold it together as a team.
Right.
So we had to make sure that everything was right, which that's where the thing goes, where you don't really take time out to mourn at all. You got to keep pushing and make sure they go away nicely and all that. Same thing with Natina. I had to be there for Trent. It wasn't even about me or my loss. It was about Trent. So I had to make sure that and it was about Trent's grandmother, Mama Tam.
Oh
So I
gosh,
had to,
that's a whole nother area. Losing a child, that
right.
that. Well,
And I lost my grandchild. You know what I'm saying? And his mother had a car accident, and my son saw it happen. So even with losing my grandson, you don't really, being who you are in your family depends on, where you lie in your family, because you really don't, some people don't get the time to mourn because they got to be there for everybody else. And that's
and the Bible,
where,
of course, says we're not supposed to. We're supposed to be able to do what you just said. We're supposed to be able to be strong enough to continue with our daily life despite the
yeah,
loss.
and then see,
Through the
then that's
loss.
when it can make you or break you, because then you hold it in.
Right.
And when do you get the time to mourn, or when do you get the time to cry and let it all out? Now, see, like I said, she was my best friend. So whose shoulder do I cry on? My mama's. She's gone. I have no one to cry on. When the Tina was gone, I didn't have my mama to cry on, which she'd normally be the one that I would call, and she lets you know everything is all right.
Right, because
I
you'd
didn't have
never
that.
felt, like you said, used alcohol as a crutch to the extent that you did, had she been here still with us. So
I was pretty much
I know
still going nuts. But when mommy passed, it was extra nuts. And then when the Tina passed, it was I went to another level as well. I was actually calming down before the Tina passed, and then got back on that horse.
So when dealing with it, clearly that's not the healthy way. What can we suggest to everyone out there dealing with loss, dealing with, the anger that you talked about? I know there are a lot of people right now angry at, I guess the government or the COVID, I don't know, germ. I don't know how you can be, but I understand that there is a lot of anger, out there right now with people that are experiencing this extreme loss of loved ones. And we can't go back and bring them back, but I just wanted us to talk about some of the things that we can suggest that we all do to help us move forward. And Kurupt, were there friends, family members, Cosi, anyone that helped you through the pain?
Well, family definitely.
That's a good question.
My faith in God.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. No, I'm listening. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. My faith in God. My faith in God, and knowing that He's a higher being, and knowing the Bible as much as I do, and knowing that we're supposed to mourn when a baby's born, and we're supposed to celebrate when someone passes. So my belief
and that's
is that
so much easier said than done. Wouldn't you agree? And we all know we're supposed to celebrate death. What are some of the ways we can? For me, I try to look at it like it is a celebration of the next journey. And I think a lot of the mourning comes from the fear of the unknown, of not actually knowing that you will see them again, that this is not the end. It's just the end of this journey with these loved ones. So that's one thing we can recognize, and stop fearing death. That's one of the ways that I believe you're right. We can help ourselves move on. What was the other one you said? Friends and family. Of course, God. Number one, God. Your faith has to definitely be intact, or you will get angry with God, start to blame God for the natural process of life, which is death. What else did you say, Coach?
You have to just, I'll be honest. You gotta keep going.
So
the more you think about it,
it's a day to day.
Yeah, because the more you think about it, the more you'll get stagnated.
So you're saying don't think about it? You have
You
to,
can't think
at
about,
some point.
you know, when I mean Lisa, Natina, and my mom, it feels like yesterday. That's why the timelines are so off for me, because the next day, I mean, you got to keep on trucking. Let's deal with the reality. You got to pay these bills. You got people that
That's
depend on
right.
you. You have no time
Cook
for
that dinner,
yourself. The
anything, yes.
second that you take the time out for yourself like that, then you lose. You lose time.
Right.
You know, you know, a lot of people use the saying that, you know, what would the person that passed, what would they want you to do?
Mm-hmm.
That's a real thing, because you know you don't know what they would want you to do. But one thing that we can all agree on, they ain't gonna want you to sit around
Right. Instead of
thinking
living.
about, instead of going on with yourself. Because one thing they, I'm pretty sure all of them, anybody that passed in your life, would want for you is for you to excel and for you to succeed and for you to be everything that you wanted to be in life. And you can't do that if you
If
stuck
you
there
sad and
thinking
stuck,
about,
right. So the Bible
can't
says,
do
or
that.
the 3 days that Christ, Cassandra went to seminary school, which is one of the things that makes it such a
all the
great
6 months, don't give me. I dropped out. Don't give it on. I dropped out. Don't put all that on me.
seminary
I was
school,
chasing the
a Jesus
I was
school
chasing the preacher.
dropout. She's a Jesus school dropout.
I was chasing the
The school
preacher.
dropout.
I thought that was gonna make me get the preacher. Okay, so stop.
She said, you
For
know
the
what? I'm
preacher.
gonna just. She said, you know what? Okay, I tried this. It's good, but I'm gonna go back to DJ. Let me
Okay.
get back to
I'm dead serious. I really thought I liked this particular individual who was of Christ, and I thought that I needed to be this type of individual. And then here's again, they told me to stop. They're like, this ain't you.
That individual didn't need you to go to no seminary school. Anyway.
Right. See what I mean? And it's like, you know, they told you right. You know what? You mean
Just
well.
stop. But
he probably said, the preacher probably was like, daughter.
Yes.
You mean
Yes, Lord.
well. Okay. God told me last night, this is not for you. Okay. You can get better to the word of God by doing what you do best. And while you do that, you can tell the people about the goodness of God.
Because you get a little too righteous for that preacher. You get a little too righteous for his ceremonies.
You distracted me.
You sound just like him. You're like, look. As he passed me the cognac to take a swig,
thank you. That's what I'm saying. You get a little too righteous. He want to teach you about God.
Hey, look, I'm going to let you know God is in you. It's not on you. And I just want to let you know
in you.
It's not on you.
I was trying to get God in me.
Hey, he said,
I want God in me.
You to get back. And then you know what? It took about maybe 6 months after that. You saw him again and you were smiling. He was like, I told you, God said. I knew it.
3 days is how long we're supposed to mourn. And that those are the 3 days that Jesus, the repose before he rose again. So we get 3 days to mourn. And I guess just cry, get it all out. And it's so much easier said than done. And I'm also, I guess, my mom is in her 90s. So I'm not trying to prepare for loss, but my mom's in her 90s. I could go tomorrow, granted, but I'm just trying to come to terms myself with loss, because I don't think beyond the loss of my father I've ever experienced it, especially to the point that you have, my friend Kurupt. And I think your day by day is astounding, because I've heard so many people say that the minute they start thinking about it, they lose it all. Like they may have, what about therapy? Have you guys, I'm sure there are some mourning therapy sessions, how to mourn or mourning with like,
I mean, it's all about the person, you know. Therapy may work for some, and it might not work for others. So it's all about the person. It's all
like, you know,
about
like an AA
this is
group
the
for
time.
people
This
who
is the
lost
time because
somebody.
I feel that when you lose somebody real close to you, this is the time for you to take in all the teachings that you've learned,
Yes,
all the experience that you've seen others cope with. Because I know it had to be hard when my mama lost her mother. And my
right.
mama was an RN nurse. And, you know, instead of putting her in the hospital and all that, my mama nursed my grandmother and my grandfather till their last breath. And I was there to experience both of
Oh,
them, me,
wow.
Angelica, and Roscoe. So
Right,
I was there. That kind of already preparated me for mommy
right.
because we was there, you know, when her mother, Grandma Evelyn, and she, you know, went through what she was going through, and then it was either put her in a home, and my mama said no, she's gonna come live with me. So the house that we still have in Sharon Hill, Darby Township, Philly, you know,
Philly and a
it's
half.
been there since 70, yeah, 72. You know what I'm saying? 72. When I
Owners,
was born, my
yes.
father got that house for her
Right,
and mommy. And it's been there, this been the rock of our family,
right.
you know, since 72, since I was
So
born.
having
So
that
therefore, you
chance
know,
to help them when it's a long process and you know it's coming like cancer sometimes or like your mom, and you're there to help see them through, is that, do you think, an easier way than versus Natina, who was hit by a car and just taken from us, and we woke up one day like, what happened yesterday, you know?
well, like I said, the more you think about it,
It's both
you know,
painful.
some things, uh, one thing about, one thing about God, you know, I don't know what he told y'all, but I know what God told me. And the main thing is, God told me that uh, everything is about learning off of death is bound to happen. It's going to happen. As you were born, you are going to be taken out of this earth. But you got to keep going. The more you think about it, you're going to go down. Praying is the key to the game. God will give you that sign. He'll give you the signals you're looking
The
for
strength, yeah.
that'll help you keep going, right? Keep going forward. So, you know, she's right to a perfect science. You know, whatever God you choose to look for, whether it be, you know, whatever religion, you know, that's what God is for. You know what I'm saying? God is there to give you the answers that you don't have. And one of the main answers he gave me is some things aren't meant to understand. You know what I'm
Or
saying?
be pondered upon. Right, right, right.
Right. You'll spend a lifetime trying to figure it out. Next
The
thing you
meaning
know,
of
it's
life.
your turn.
Right. You're spending your life trying to
Next
figure out
thing,
the meaning of life and not living it. Right.
and next thing you know, it's your turn to go. You done spent your life trying to answer a question that only God can answer. There are questions that only God has the answer to. You understand me? But it doesn't mean that we're not going to ask these questions.
Right.
You understand me? Like death. Why? Whys
It'd
and
be a whole
buts
lot of
and
us
maybe
here if we didn't.
ifs and ands. Yeah, you know why, God? That's a question that, you know, you're not ever going to find the answer to that. God is going
Right.
to give you the answer. You'll find it out
In
when you
due
meet him.
time. Right. Exactly.
Then they'll say,
I
remember
really
that question
like
you
what you
always ask?
said about when a person leaves you and you have that empty hole where they used to be, their words, their spirit, the things they left you with during their lifetime should be used to fill
That's
that
what you
hole.
should concentrate on. But no, it doesn't fill the hole. God gives you things to fill the hole. See, and that's the thing. A person be so caught up in the mourning and the
The
loss
hole. Right.
It becomes selfish because all you thinking about is what you lost. You're not thinking about what that. I'm just saying, you're not thinking about what that person gained.
Gained.
That left.
They
See,
with
that person
Jesus.
that left. Right.
That's and
But you,
therein lies
all
the
you,
celebration. Thank you,
I'm
Kurupt.
just,
There's the
that's why they
celebration.
call it nowadays, and I do love the new age format that they call death. They say it's when they have these funerals and
Celebrations of
things.
death or
They say it's a celebration of life.
right.
You know, they call it a celebration, and I love
Right.
that right there
I
because
like that
that's
too.
the thing. The more you mourn, you're actually being selfish.
Yes.
Because you're only concentrating on your pain,
loss.
but you're not
Yes.
concentrating
On what they're
you're not
gained.
concentrating on
Right.
what that person gained.
I love it. I
No
love
more
that
pain.
perspective.
No more bills. Everything that we say when we die, we're going to heaven, and all them things, that great place that
And
we're
that
talking about.
did you
we're
really
going
believe
to go.
it? Because if you believed it,
When-
why are you sitting here crying right now? And that's
Well, you should be
going back
rejoicing.
to that's going back to what I said about us being kings and queens. Do we really believe it? Or is it just something hip to say? Cassandra.
Well, I believe, let me say this though. I believe this. Definitely it's something hip to say. Because that's what the majority is about. Because do they really believe they kings and queens? Yeah, they believe it for a day till that bill come in.
That's
then
right.
They like, wait, whoa. That king and queen shit is out
It's
the door.
expensive. That's right.
the queen and the king turn into criminals.
Okay, try to maintain the lifestyle.
Let me figure out this bill real quick. I'll be a queen next week after I figure out this
jacking folk.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Jack the folk, go to church on Sunday, jack them on Monday, go to church on Sunday, and become a queen and a king on Tuesday.
Right. Cosi, do you perceive yourself as a queen?
Yes, I do. I am Miss Black Teen New York 1982. Do you want me to get the crown?
Oh, that's right. She's black queen, teenage of New York. That's right. She holds the 1982 reign of black teenage girl.
Good job. Good job. Good job.
Excuse me. Did you forget? So let me explain to you.
I was looking for something on my head, but I don't have nothing around.
Yes. Do I sound myself a queen? Yes, I do. I also live my life the way God wants me to live it. So
I love it that it was right on hand though. Like it was like not even in another room. It was like just right there.
Right.
I love it. Yes, queen.
I want to say this. When my life, I don't mourn the people who have passed because I'm living the life that God wants me to live now, to do the extraordinary things that I'm doing, to be fruitful, not multiply because I'm too old, but to be able to give to the community and things that I do.
In a different way, right.
I say I don't mourn anybody. I don't have an empty space in my heart for them because I'm continuing my life in their name and doing the things that I would do and say, how would this person think? What would this person think? Right. So I live my life in joy and happiness to uplift those who have passed and have died because I know they're watching me succeed. So I have my moments where, I think about something and go to the bottle. But since COVID, I had to make a choice. It was either the liver or the lungs. I flipped the coin, the liver won. So no more alcohol.
Right. So you just burn a hole in your lungs.
Exactly. Well, actually, they had 99% too. I don't know how that's possible either.
That's
I gotta check up. They put the thing on my finger to check my lung capacity, and it said 99.9. I'm in heaven.
So you're just a blessed, healthy individual. Have you, we ask everyone that comes through, have they chosen to take the vaccine or are you going to
I would take the vaccine if I was able to. Because of my allergies, my severe allergies, my allergist for over 20 years is saying that let's wait a little bit longer. Let's see what this Johnson & Johnson. So right now, my OCD, matter of fact, hold up, I got you even covered even more. I was gonna do this in my hazmat suit. I don't leave the house.
DD, our cutie of the week. Let's see the hazmat. I'm sorry. I wanted to introduce our cutie of the week. This is DJ Denisha. Hey, honey. Now, I always call people mine. Like, if you even remotely met me and said hello, then you are my baby. But this one here, like from day one, my first acting class at Parks and Rec, she showed up and showed up consistently to the point where she'd be the only one there. But she showed up, and it let me know that she was real with her hustle. It wasn't, like you said, it wasn't about me as much as it was about her drive and desire to win this game. I starred her in the first movie that I directed, which was Stolen from Us.
Stolen.
Thieves will never prosper. But she did a phenomenal job. And I wanted to talk about, how I had something clever to introduce her, because although she's working, she's one of the stars of the show that Maya is on the All Black channel. What is it called, baby?
Fifth Ward.
Fifth Ward. You want to talk about that show? It's still running on the air. You guys are still running, right? Because that's a good show.
It is good. We're waiting to hear about season 3. We actually wrote season 3, so I wrote an episode on season 2 and season 3. Thank you.
One of my
season 3 is like on hold.
Okay. Well, congratulations on that show. That show is great. I really love. Are you guys familiar with Fifth Ward? Have you guys seen Maya's show on All Black, which used to be the UPN Fifth Ward? If you haven't seen it, go check it out. But I wanted to talk to Didi also about In the Meantime. There is definitely a space between where you are and where you want to be. And what do we do in the meantime? And Denisha is a stand-in. So can you talk about, there are so many of you guys out there who want to know how to break into the big leagues. Samuel L. Jackson started as a stand-in. Some of our biggest stars stand in for some, or stood in for bigger stars. So you're right now a stand-in on what show?
Insecure with Issa Rae.
Guys. Are you at work right now, or are you back home? Because I
just got home.
Oh, wow.
We work Monday through Saturday.
Wow, you guys are doing 6-day weeks.
Because they have to finish. She has to be done by June so that she can go shoot her other show, Rap Shit, that's starting.
Oh, wow. So she's got another show already lined up at the close of the show that she's closing right now. See, that's Queen. That's the Queen.
Yes, she is.
Queen Issa. Okay, so which characters do you stand in for? Who do you stand in for? And what does it mean for the novices out there who don't know what a stand-in is? What is that?
So a stand-in does all the dirty work before. So while the actors and actresses, they kind of rehearse the scene, and we rehearse the scene for the cameras, the movement, for the lights. We've had to do love scenes to see where the light has to hit. So we do all the work in between from when the actors
get naked. Well, we got to see how the butt nakedness is gonna look for the camera. They don't make you do all that.
Love scenes, we'll wear like nude colors, like brown, something close to the skin tone.
Oh, we have to get naked. You guys do get deep with it though. So you wear you have to like wear colors similar to your skin tone or the person's skin tone. Are you, because my stand-in has never been the exact skin tone of me. Like on most white sets, it's like somebody darker than Kurupt is my stand-in.
Oh.
Yeah, they don't care. They black, they black. You know.
That's what they see. like they black, they all look alike. Insecure is
we all look alike.
very
Yeah.
Right.
So, and then on black sets, they're usually maybe a little lighter than me. Is there? Does it matter? I mean, isn't it supposed to matter? Or I don't know.
It's definitely supposed to matter. I've actually been on a set where I was a stand-in, and a white girl was standing in for a black woman. So that kind of threw us off a little. We were like, everybody was like, "Are you her stand-in?" I was like, "No, the white girl's her stand-in. I'm the Latina stand." I don't know what. It was a lot going on. But Insecure is very, very specific. There,
yes.
You usually look close to the person, same height. I've actually been fired on Insecure before for, they fired me before and then brought me back because I was working all season as Condola stand-in, but she wore heels every day. So I didn't know I was supposed to wear heels every day. And then they were like, well, she's like 5'6" and you're 5'2". So we got to get somebody 5'6". And I was like, well, I can just wear heels. So this season I wear heels. I'm Molly stand-in this season. She's about 5'7".
Oh,
so
wow.
Insecure is very specific.
So
they're real specific on that stuff.
Okay, so being a stand-in is a different agent. You have you get cool with the first AD, or how does it work?
Right.
How do you get submitted? Do you do stand-in work for different shows, or this is Insecure your only or first opportunity or time doing stand-in work?
So my first stand-in was Kerry Washington and Django. So that's how
I
got my first experience. Yeah, and it was random.
Cool. Wow.
They was like, can you stand in? And I was like, the girl next to me was like, just say yes. And I was
yes.
like,
oh wow.
Just say yes. That was my first stand-in experience that she helped me with.
They
usually have like a booking
and their body types. Yes.
Body type, definitely body type. Body type is super, now that is very specific. If they are small, you have to be really, really small. If they're big, they want somebody big. That one is super because the way the light hits you.
So you could have never stood in. So you could have never stood in for Rasputius.
No, we would.
And
it's funny because Kevin Hart actually sometimes gets female stand-ins because he's so small.
Okay,
so he'll get
do they use little people?
I swear.
Do they use little people?
Yeah, so for kids, they have little people.
They do.
Because kids have a pumpkin. So a pumpkin means that a child can't stay on set for past 9 hours. That's plus school. So they call it a pumpkin, like Cinderella. So usually they have, if you're a really good stand-in, like me, you get to read off camera when the kids leave. So a lot of times they'll have little people if it's like a small child, right? So that they can be able to stay on set for more than 10 hours. Right. So I've seen that before. And I stand in for a lot of kids too. I stand in for a lot of kids.
There was a big to-do, I think, on one of these sets where the little boy had a stand-in that was a white boy in blackface. Like they put a little white boy in blackface and a fat suit on him to be the little boy on one of those movies. I don't remember. It was, it was 3 little kids and one was a black. I think it was called Bad Kids or something, or Bad something or another. And it was like a big deal in the news for a while because they had put the little boy, a little white boy or a white man in blackface and giving him a fat suit to portray this person. So it isn't crazy to see a little person on set as a child. Okay.
Yeah.
Because they don't have to pay them. So you stand in right now for Molly. And what character is Molly? Oh, the best friend. I love her. You remind me of her too. She is so sweet. Yes, she is really, really sweet. So people say that you shouldn't do extra work or stand-in work, but how's the money? Is the money right?
The money's great, especially during COVID.
Right.
It's great during COVID. It does if you want to be an actress like myself and a lot of them on set, you can get stuck. So you don't want to get stuck. But you know me, I'm going to meet everybody. I've gotten co-star roles from being a great stand-in. I'm pitching to a director that I was standing on his show, and he thought I was just amazing. So I'm actually pitching him a script right now for Netflix, because he just thought I was just.
I love
he's
it.
Like, you're great. Yeah, because so you gotta know how to.
It's considered crew. They're not put.
Yeah, we're crew.
Right. So you bond with the directors and the first ADs and the people who give jobs away. So
yeah,
I don't see it being a problem in someone's career. Could you let people know how you got started? Oh, you said on Django, you were an extra, or you had a part in Django, and somebody was like, can you be Kerry Washington? Or how did that happen for you on the set of Django? What were you doing on the movie in the first place?
It was actually a funny story. I was just an extra. It was my first movie. Okay. We didn't even know it was a Quentin Tarantino movie until we got there. And I made him laugh. He thought I was funny. And I was getting dressed, and something told me to go to set. I was waiting on my friends. Yeah, he thought I was funny. He thought I was hilarious. Him and Jamie Foxx. And Jamie Foxx is from Dallas, and I'm from Houston. So we connected on the country Texas thing. Oh, H-Town.
H-Town.
And so H-Town. And they were like, how short are you? And I was like, 5'2". And they was like, can you come with us, please? Quentin is calling you Denisha, right? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, hey, I need you to stand in for Carrie. He's like, you know how to do that, right? And I was just like, the girl next to me was like, just say yes. And I was like, And so I got that experience. And then when I moved, because that was in New Orleans. And then when I moved to LA, I did the extra thing. And then I met you, and you was like, nah, we bigger than that. Right. So then I got a booking agent, and she's the one that gets stand-in. So most of the time I have to go in for camera tests. Because most of the time you have to look like the person. But I'll go in for camera tests, and the more experience I got, they just call you back. So Insecure, I've been on there since season 2. I just did both Venus and Serena's stand-in. Small Venus and Serena on King Richard. So I got to read off camera with Will Smith. So that was cool.
Oh, wow.
The AD remembered me.
You know, you kind of, you look like you could be Kerry Washington's little sister.
She just directed.
Y'all look like y'all got that blood cracking in y'all. You know what I'm saying? You got that glow.
Thank you.
You got that glow. You got it. Now, I remember that from Last Dragon.
I'm looking at you. I'm thinking about Ray's wife. Right. You know what I'm saying? I want to just grab your wrist real quick. Let me just talk to you.
I gotta grab a wrist to talk to her. What's wrong with you?
You're looking like Ray Charles.
Thank you.
Right. I'm gonna stand in for Jamie Foxx.
Stop sexually harassing our guests.
Let me just okay.
There you go.
I got you. Let's do it.
Okay, so
my wife is gonna kill me.
So as a former SAG, I used to be the SAG rep. So I used to be on set with the extras.
Oh, that's
she was the mole. She would come on sets and just act like a regular person and just be looking around like, hey, how you doing? And then see something like, bam, and pull out her badge like, I'm SAG police. This isn't up to standards. You're what is it? Craft services. So go ahead.
SAG pieces. Y'all gotta let SAG know what's going on. Y'all can pay me a SAG.
And then she was telling people they'd have to pay all kinds of money, and she'd be like, "I'm coming on your set, so just act like you don't know me. So don't give away my undercover."
I like that one. Good job.
That's true.
You're the only Black woman who had that job. So go ahead. What were you gonna ask her about?
I was just the camaraderie and being backstage and being on the back end of different things, and then now getting to see how the movie comes together. Do you want to direct? Like, what's your next move?
Director. Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm known as a writer.
And she is a runner, Cosi. She is a track runner.
Oh,
yeah, a track runner.
I ran the 100. Wait. I ran the 440 and the 880. That tells you how old I am.
Yeah, I was about to say we don't even have that no more.
They
I was a runner when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying?
What was you running from? What was you running from, Kurupt?
Police. They were coming from me. I hit that. I hit the fence one stride. Yep. 1, 2. Over. Go.
Running. There you go.
Like this. Okay.
There you go. Hands open.
Open.
Don't look back. Whatever you do, don't look back. Just keep going.
Don't look back.
Keep going.
There you go.
Go.
Oh, y'all got some form.
Okay. So she wrote a short story and turned it into a short. Very, very I'm just so proud of your hustle and how you keep yourself motivated and ahead of the game. So let's talk about your writing as well. You're a young person with, you already have one short under your belt. You have a book under your belt.
Good job.
Thank you.
And so you want to talk about your book and where we can find it?
So my book is called 8 Lanes and it's based on I actually just sold some copies on set, so I wish I had a copy. It's about my life as a track star, and I went through domestic violence and sexual assault in college. So I wrote the book on my life and that experience because I grew up very well, so nobody would think that was going on. I went through it for 2 years.
I mean, she come from money, y'all. That's a nice way of her saying she come from money. So go ahead and finish.
She's a queen. She's a princess.
She really is a BAP.
I am.
Go ahead. And tell mommy I said hi.
I know she loves you. She just freaking loves. She asks about you like every time I'm on the phone with her.
You know I love.
I'm like, well, can we talk about me too?
Next thing they gonna do, next thing they gonna do, they gonna come to you and say, "I need you to cut all your hair off." You're gonna be like, "For what?" I'll tell you later. They're gonna tell you cut all your shit off. They're going to tell you come to the set.
She won't let them do that.
You know what I'm saying? You know, knowing these directors is key to acting. Knowing the directors, because they'll shock you and put you in things out the blue. Already have your mind. They're gonna say, cut all your hair off. Come on, you're gonna stand in. You're gonna be like, okay, you're gonna do the whoop wop, and then you're gonna see Halle Berry pop up like, what? I would just stand in for Halle Berry. You got the Halle Berry cracking too, okay?
We'll do a ponytail. We'll do a ponytail.
Oh, you can do the ponytail? My daughter has a hair thing, you know what I'm saying? She can make a person with no hair look like you. She got the little thing, you know what I'm saying? It's like the hairband thing.
She got short hair.
You ain't see that on Instagram. The lady had to take her hat off to go through security check.
What happened? What was it? When she had one of
She
the
took her hat off. Security check and all that hair was
with the hat.
It was the hat.
Oh, it came with the hat.
It's a hat wig. So she pulled it because there was no hair. She had on a stocking cap because she had no haircut.
Oh, no.
Oh, your people. I swear, your kingdom, your people, Kurupt.
Right? It had to be. You know what I'm saying? I gave her a call. I said, you're a superstar. She's a star now. So,
talk about your running, because we don't have any stories about, I mean, maybe you could do the Jackie Joyner Cosi movie. Hasn't someone done that before? I think so. But, you know, we don't really show our runners. You know, no one's done the Jesse Owens story, you know.
Right.
So when are we going? I guess, you know, I'm putting it out there because it is part of your trajectory, part of your story. Right. And I think if you want to talk about, because we had Cassandra, Cosi was like, yeah, I read the blah, blah, blah. There are so many women out there with beautiful shapes, like the two of you all, slim and long, that ran. And it did not only shape their bodies, but shape their lives. And it's such a huge part of your story. Do you want to talk about running and how it left a mark on your life?
It really developed me. I mean, it made me competitive. It made me a captain. Being in LA, everything is a competition, auditions, being on set. So it really molded me to be as direct and always a winner, like never giving up. So I've had a lot of friends that
the competition on set. What, they still crazy on set, honey? Even they mess with you too?
They crazy. They're just they think it ain't enough room for us.
How do you deal with that? Because I need some lessons myself on that. I'm like, I thought it was just me. I see everybody on set get it in some form or fashion. What can you tell us a story about one of the craziest things that's happened to you on set at the hands of someone else? Is there anything you can think of and how you dealt with it or handled it?
I've had a friend, like, I guess she tried to lie on me to the director, and she was a stand-in. So it was like battle of the stand-ins. She like tried to lie. Actually, she tried to lie on all of us and make us out to be like ghetto crazy trash. Like we tried to beat her up or something. I don't even know where she got that from. We was like playing with her. She really tried to make us out to be like crazy. Dang. She was saying she didn't feel safe. And the AD was black. So the AD knew me. So he was like, I don't know about Dee doing all that. That sounds a little bloody. Really I was like, I would never do that. Yeah,
I know she's an Aquarius, y'all. So don't let the sweet taste fool you. You can't get rah. But she's just Miss Personality. Like I can't see you ever doing that either. And I don't understand why a stand-in would be jealous of another stand-in when it's two different roles. Like you're this person's stand-in and they're that person's stand-in. Is there a high level of competition between the stand-ins? Could you be called in when when your major character is not working or something and do more stand-in? And that's the battle? Is that where the battle comes in, being called in for more?
You better watch that girl. You better watch that girl. You understand me?
She's especially battle because we all can get like a co-star.
You can get a co-star. So the battle is to be Issa's stand-in.
Yeah, the battle
is
to
the white girl. You see what that white girl did with that other girl. You see what the white girl did with that other girl.
No, what the white girl do?
She was Latina.
And hit her in the shit. You better watch it because they might pop up on you with they folks, hit you in that ankle so you can't walk.
Oh no!
And may be right there, like, well, I could do it.
The white lady did that. What?
That was on the skating movie.
Yeah. I told you he watched movies.
That was on the skating reality.
That was real. That was real.
I saw the real. Like, oh my God.
That was crazy.
Don't do that.
Yeah, that white girl that white girl, they made a movie about that white girl with that pretty white girl playing the movie. I was like, how did pretty white girl go play that white girl? But she played the shit out of that white girl, I bet you.
That was a good movie.
That was good.
People be vindictive and they be jealous.
Right. They gonna figure something to be jealous about. Because I'm trying to figure out what's to be jealous as the stand-in, other than what you said. The goal is to be Issa's stand-in. Does that stand-in make more money or just get more days so they make more money? Or what?
Well, the goal is probably to be like
in the movie. Hello?
Yeah.
In real life.
The goal is to be like, I got lines. They all, once you start knowing the directors and they start knowing you by name.
Right. Talk about it, baby. Yes.
It can look crazy. I can't help it. I can't help it that she sucks. But I've had like main characters, like we were feuding because I knew her lines and she didn't know her lines. And when I did them, it was funnier. I didn't say it was funnier. Other people said it was funnier. I did not. She didn't know her lines. And I had to double for her that day. And she was not having it. She was like, no, I got it. I can do it. I don't need her to double for me. But all the ADs and producers were like,
you're a sweetie, because were you my stand-in when I did the day on Insecure?
I was Condola stand-in.
Okay, I knew you were there. You knew my lines, and you did a line reading of my role that I was like, okay, that's an interesting way to think of it. But let's see, I'm not insecure about my craft.
Right.
And you're my baby.
Exactly.
So
wait, Paula, you was doing the movie Insecure. I mean the television show, the series Insecure. But you're not insecure.
Nope.
I like that. I just love that.
honey.
You know it.
So sweet.
You know what? You are on your A game. I'm the director, and I like you. So that's the type of thing. Once a person starts calling you by your name, the other girls be looking. She thinks she's something.
Right.
Oh, he called her such and such. And then they be looking at you. Gotta watch the movie Players Club, because you see that with them girls there, right? They wanted to touch on Lisa Ray, so they fucked with her little cousin.
Right.
They got
right.
her all twisted up in the game.
Right.
They'll do things like that, So
Right.
beware of your friends too, because they'll
Right.
befriend your friend just to harm you.
That's that.
You know what I'm saying? Isn't that terrible about this game?
Yes, they will hurt.
That's
those
when you gotta do the
closest to you.
Paula from Fridays. You gotta turn into Paula from Fridays. And that's when you just look at them and just throw your hair in the back and say, boo.
Boom.
Where Greg at?
Right. Yeah.
So,
yeah. Horrible.
So I am very impressed by how you took that opportunity to watch great actors like Issa, the young lady that plays Molly. All of those women are great actors.
Yeah.
And I was watching you work, and that was a part of you learning and working, is that you were acting. You're not your average stand-in. Because most stand-ins, they just be saying the words like such and such and such and such, such and such, such and such, turn this way, turn this way. But you take the job seriously, and you take it as an opportunity to show your worth. And it does not go unnoticed, because I noticed it. And I was like, oh, look at my baby. I really like the way she read that line. I'm not gonna do it like that, but I like, my crazy ass, I'm always gonna try to find, but I appreciate it. And I remember saying to myself, oh, that's what that means. Okay. Okay. Like, so I'm bigging you up to say, you are worthy. And I don't want you to get stuck in that stand-in. And I know you won't, because you are a phenomenal actress. And when you don't have something to act in, you're a phenomenal writer, and you can write yourself something. So what is next for Miss Denisha when you guys have to rap this? Maybe Issa will take you with her to rap pages. What's the
rap things?
Rap thing?
Rap-ish.
Rap-ish. All right. Like Blackish, rap-ish.
Rap-ish. She's going to
oh, like rap
but
shit.
I just did
I like that. Like
rap-ish
shit.
Yeah. But
not
with a
like Blackish, like I'm sort of rapish, but like rap shit. Okay.
Yeah, rap shit.
Okay. So go ahead. So cute. You definitely, we want you to have a part in Rapish. So yeah. What do you have coming up after? What do you have to look forward to? Anything going on? I know you mentioned that you have a meeting with Netflix, and I wish you many, many blessings with that. I'm really excited about that for you. Keep your mama in your prayers when you go in too, because I want to be in it.
I got you.
That makes sense.
You. It's a basketball movie. Can you play basketball?
No, but I can coach. I can tell people how to play basketball. That's every time. That's what Cosi brings me in. Cosi does Cosi does basketball tournaments for celebrities events. She promotes basketball celebrity events, and I come in and coach. I'm a really good coach. Wouldn't you say, Denisha? But yeah. So no, I can't. No, I'm not even gonna front like I could play basketball. No, not even a little bit. What about you, Gotti? Can you play basketball?
I definitely can, but when I do the celebrity ball games, I'm a coach, because celebrities take this shit too serious.
And I ain't trying to break a sweat.
They be acting like they really like they from the Lakers or something. You get out there with them,
right?
Like they auditioning for the Lakers. Like they got something to prove.
Like, you know what? I'm gonna just be a coach. Yeah, I'm gonna be a coach. Hey, go in there. He's good. Get it. Go, because you get out there with them, man, and then next thing you know, somebody make a shot, and motherfucker look at you and be like, "Motherfucker, you supposed to be there." I'm like, "Wait, it's just a game, man. It's just a game. Get this motherfucker off the court." And I'm like, damn, cuz this nigga's willing that.
It gets
Now I gotta
brutal.
watch myself. You know,
So
I go to the thing.
your next game, Cosi, you gotta have me against Kurupt.
Yes,
Cosi.
please.
That would be so much fun. Okay. It is 9:30, and we got.
I'm just saying. So, you know what? I'm gonna let you win.
You ain't got to let me nothing, honey, cause.
Hello.
I'm gonna let you
I'm gonna have Denisha on my team. She's gonna be my point guard. How about that?
Hello.
You ain't gonna let me. I have Cosi on my team. Oh, and don't make me go get what's little mama I gotta remember her rap name because she don't like me calling her real name. Chi.
Asia.
No, Asia can't play no basketball. If we singing, no. She's so little, she probably can.
I'm gonna let you know already. See, I'm a cheater because I pop up. You got your team on too. And then I'm gonna pull up with my homegirl from the Sparks, like she just one of the homegirls from the hood.
Oh, well, I'm gonna pull up with Parker, that because we got the same last name. I don't know her. Candace Parker. How about that? Because that's my little cousin in my imagination. So before we move on to the next phase,
that's really cheating. That's really cheating. You ain't know that.
The game is over. Throw the ball away. I got Candace and Leslie. Denisha, take it.
Yes, ma'am.
Scotty. Oh, on set, we are always asking people about their choice to vaccinate or not. What are they doing on your set to stop the COVID spread? Do you guys test regularly? Have you vaccinated yourself? Have your co-stars?
So we get tested every single day, and they break us up into 3 groups. Yeah, even if I didn't work all day, you still got to go get tested when you're not working. They break us up into groups. We are 6 feet away.
No,
they have COVID officers.
They thing up your nose, right?
Yeah, up your nose every day.
They touch your brain?
No, they don't go back that far anymore. They realize that it's not necessary to touch your brain to get the COVID situation straightened out. The first time they was sticking it all up. I really had a headache. Like they touched my brain. I was like, wait a minute now. My nostril snot is down here.
Is that legal?
They clean it every day. We eat in like little cubicles,
right?
Like plastic cubicles. They have COVID officers,
right?
That tell you back up.
Officer, I thank you, officer. Officers. And what do they do?
They just act like they're doing something.
They be like, "Hey, you're not wearing your mask."
Basically.
Hey, Cassandra. Now you see your new lick. You got to pull up with the badge. COVID police. Hey,
we start talking.
You're not standing 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
See this badge?
Mask up.
Now, let me tell you something about this badge. You can give me some cheese right now, or I'm gonna say you didn't take your shit.
And you know what? That's huge. Right, you're joking, but that's real. Like, if you get cited, you will have to sit out of work for 10 days.
Yep.
2 weeks.
Like, what's going on?
You lose 2 weeks of work if you get cited for any COVID infractions.
I know you sleep.
We got shut down for a week.
What is you doing down there, you and Lily? Is y'all having lovers stimulus? We do not want to hear. Don't get up. Well, I heard it all and can tell you everything he said, but we don't want to hear it.
Hey, it
wasn't. Say it again now. Say it again so we can hear it, because we don't want to hear it. All I saw was the body language. Oh, don't let me.
I'm on East Coast time because I'm here in Newark, so it's kind of late. And basically,
we've got people waiting in the.
I had to talk over. I had to talk over her.
Now you guys might notice right now that. Who are you talking over me?
I'll send Paula a video of you sleeping.
You'll send Paula a video of me when I'm sleeping.
I would love it.
I don't know when I sleep.
Okay.
You see what I'm talking about?
Hi, baby, young Ari. So, I don't know if you all noticed.
She said when I sleep, I need a bib. Ain't that something?
A bib, you drool. That's okay. A little bit of love, sugar ain't gonna hurt nobody.
I do not.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do. Do you wake up with white crust right here, all down here like that? That is an indication that you drool. That's what that is, baby. Yeah. Okay.
I do not.
You might notice or not that Derek is not here. I don't know if anyone noticed. Did you notice, Scott?
He's a traveler. Ain't no telling where he is. He might be.
He's in Denisha. Is he in Houston or he's in Houston, right? Yeah. He's in Houston
he might
right
be in
now.
Indonesia.
So we had to come up with an alternate plan, which goes along with what Gotti wanted in the first place, Battle of the Beats. He wanted people to come on and battle Derek, Frequency. And I was like, but this Frequency show, for a while it had his name on it. But Kurupt is just the old meanie. He just wanted everybody to come on and get in Derek's butt. So I brought young Ari on to get in Derek's butt. Young Ari, take your microphone. Yes, hi baby. Tell the world your name, not your government. We don't want to beat nobody down.
Right.
Don't do that.
But what is YVNG?
Yeah, it's young. YVNGARI. Young Ari.
Okay, and Ari is a beautiful name. I don't know how you get young out of it. Is young. I don't know, but y'all young people do what you do. So I don't want to cheat, but your daddy is one of these brothers over here, right?
Yeah.
So you be making beats on the regular, right?
Yep.
So what you want to do when you grow up?
Everything I set my mind to.
That's right. How old are you, Ari?
I'm 14.
14 years young. And is this the first beat that you've ever made?
No, I don't know how many beats I made. I made so many.
Okay, well, can you let us get a little taste of your beat for this evening?
All right.
I love that backdrop you got back there. You should have let your daddy borrow that room. Oh, I'm loving what you got going on. Did wifey do that? Not you, Cosi. Would you let the baby put her beat on, Cassandra? Goodness gracious.
All right.
Okay, well, let me go on to our guests. Juan Dunn. Where were you last week, Juan Dunn?
Last week? Am I too loud speaking? I'm sorry. Oh.
Where were you last week, sweetie?
He wasn't the one that was. Huh? He wasn't the one that was on last week.
Oh, okay, good. Well, I appreciate you coming through this week.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
No problem.
Whoever it was that didn't come through, good call. You know, if you don't want it, you don't want it. Because there's nowhere too big, nowhere too small. And I think Denisha is a perfect example of a real hustle. You know what I mean? If you want it, you're not gonna say, well, I ain't gonna be no stand-in. Well, then you don't want it. Because she meets directors, and usually on a show like Insecure, there's a different director every week. So that's at least, 10 directors that you've met in one season?
Yeah,
from
Kerry Washington to Regina King.
To Regina King, you know what I mean? Who will all go on to direct other things. So I appreciate you being here, Juan Dunn. Would you tell us a little bit about yourself? Let's see. We got everybody. Yeah,
yes. Take me out of the square, so everybody can have their own. Take me out of the square, so because I'm in everybody's shot.
No, you're not. You look fine to me. I got a square. You got a square. You got a square. You got. Okay, everybody got a square. We all got a square. All God's children got us chilling. Got a square. Right. Okay. Juan Dunn.
Yeah, you got it right. That's right.
I'm sorry. That's my own misconception. What is Juan Dunn?
No, it ain't Juan Dunn. It's Juan Dunn. You said it right the first time.
Oh, Juan Dunn. Huh?
Juan Dunn. Juan Dunn. Yeah.
Okay. And where are you from?
Well, I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan. I was 313. I was born in 7 Mile.
Born in Farmington.
Oh, okay. That's what's up. That's what's
where
up.
are you now?
Oh, okay.
Where are you now?
Now I'm in upstate South Carolina.
Oh, where? Okay. I'm from. My people are from Pomory, South Carolina, or Poor Mary, as they call it, and it's right outside of Columbia. So yeah, we might be related. Well, you never know. That's
never
my
know.
boy Emo. That's my family already. You know him?
Oh yeah.
You fam?
Yeah, I've been knowing him for years.
How long have you been rapping? You know Kurupt Gotti over there? Have you ever heard of that guy? Kurupt
Gotti?
Have you ever heard of him?
Kurupt.
I'm not really. Oh, Kurupt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Nah, I'm Kurupt now.
No, I never heard of that nigga.
I've heard.
He's Kurupt. Saya. Okay,
yeah,
so
growing up with my parents,
acting.
yeah.
How long have you been rapping, Juan? Are you an actor as well?
Well, yeah, I'm dipping and dabbling inside that. You know, I model as well. That's mainly what I've been doing as of recent. But yeah, man, I've been rapping ever since I was. Let's see, I picked up a mic whenever I was 7 years old because I was the youngest out of a bunch of cousins. You know, we all grew up in Detroit in a big house. I had 5, 6 cousins. You know what I'm saying? Me and my sisters and brothers. We was all packed out. So
and we all
I grew up around older people.
If you got a big family, everybody gonna sing, act, dance. Y'all gonna get up and do something. Or
that's right.
We get real Joe Jackson on you. We don't play in the Midwest.
Right.
You gonna cultivate some kind of something up in here. So can you play those drums back there behind you?
I mean, I can do a little something. I play by ear. I'm not really like a musician. I just like playing by ear. Like people say I'm pretty good. So you bought a whole
drum set to play by ear?
Yes, ma'am. Because I just got an ear for music, I guess. So you
don't just be back there banging.
I can actually go with a beat, and I can actually I can actually play them pretty well, actually.
Well, good for you. Okay, so did you look at the kitty cat? We see your pussy. Okay. Oh, it's a pussy cat. What are you all doing? Y'all are so nasty. Wait till I see it's a baby on the feed.
I got you. Okay.
Let me see.
Okay, Ari, you haven't pulled up yet?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Right.
Jay, did you get? Welcome back, Jay Discreet. Where's your boy, Jay?
The hater. I don't know. I talked to him.
The hater is DJing in Dallas. Yay! Jason got a job.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yay! We love when y'all working because it means we doing something right over here because it's for y'all, right? Hey, who's it for, Cora? It's for them. Okay, so welcome. So
yeah,
Daddy, this is Jay. You didn't get to meet him last week, but he came through and did his stuff. He's the one I compared to Pimp C. And Emo.
Oh, that's the man.
Welcome back, Jay. Thank you for coming back. And
thank you for having me back.
Yeah, I got love for you.
Yeah.
So, young Ari, Jay, have you heard her beat yet?
I have it. I have it pulled up over here.
Oh, good. Okay, so do you like young Ari's beat?
Oh, I love it. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun with it tonight. I can't wait to hear what the other guy gonna do with it. I know I'm gonna have a blast.
Emo is not he's not performing. Because it wouldn't be fair. He's just here to support his crew member, Juan Don. And we got the hater out there doing his thing. And thank you for still coming through, Jay. And let's get this thing started. So, young R, you want to give us a little taste of your beat?
Yep. All right. Okay.
Ooh, young this the one.
Okay, Ari. So, do you rap as well, Ari? Do you rhyme, baby? Do you rhyme? No, you just be banging them beats. Yeah, girl power. Bam. Give me some, Ari.
You know how to rap.
Baby. Okay.
You know how to rap.
She know. Okay, Daddy. Daddy, we know she know how. We all know how. We did not ask you. We asked Ari. Thank you, Ari, baby. Okay, so y'all ready to go? Gotti, you pick who's going first on looks.
Let's go with Jay.
Go ahead, Jay.
Go with Jay.
Y'all hear me good on here?
Oh yeah.
Okay, then we good. Y'all hear the beat good?
Turn the beat up.
That better?
Bust on them.
Okay. Okay, let's do this. You go the same way every day, you'll never see the newness. I'm gonna break from the norm. Every time the microphone on, I be going on a new trip with a new route. Mind on go, hand on the wheel and my eyes on the road. Grab my strap for the shoes and the clothes. I'm fresh to death to my casket clothes and I'm in there. Engraved, I'm been made, and you enslaved to the ink stain my pen made. Checkmate, that's game. Check date, that came like yesterday. Yes, I stay on my grind. You can go investigate. I've been making moves, and that's what's up. Cause now I'm on Zoom, and that's Kurupt. And I'm street every time I'm speaking. That's my name. It's not a secret. I drop my tape. I ain't gotta leak it. And they bad and they screaming. Whether it's a house full of hill or a drill full of chill. You don't grind, you'll never know how it is. Got it already, stay close by your steel. Trying to let you know that it's real in the field. Niggas out here don't care how you feel. Catch you in the wrong, then it is what it is. 9 to 5, I'm selling drove by the zip. By the end of the day, it all born out of this. Work come with it. Stress come with it. Got a loud mouth, but vets come with it. Whole lot of people really just don't get it. Hear shit one time and they just run with it. Oh, and I'm just done with it. I don't need a pen, I can just come with it. I can quit because I just run with it. But I ain't gonna stop, I'ma just run with it. Straight been about my cake. If you out here fake, get about my state. Get about my way, get about my face. You ain't real, get about my state. You ain't up to date, get about my space. Sweet. You the lane, you the geek. Yep, you the play, you running, you flee, not me. I'm the beast, I run it, I eat. I'm J. Street. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh
yeah.
We got us one today, baby. Yes, sir.
You didn't lean this time. Today, you didn't lean at all. That was lovely. Okay.
Look, Eddie threw the freestyle in there. Good job.
Yes. Now,
the hater told me I had to represent in his absence because he wasn't gonna be here. So
that's right. You didn't get to see Jay discreet last week, but he's like the king of Memphis street rap. So he's won many battles, and he's got an album out right now. And he's,
He said you ain't up to date. You need to get off my space.
Okay. It's a like back in the day. That was the clever, right? Okay. All right, Juan. We don't want to, have too much time going between the two. Come on, let's keep it moving.
You ready? I'm ready.
All right, baby.
All right. I'm gonna do a little beat check, make sure it ain't too loud.
Okay.
Can y'all hear it? Can y'all hear it?
Turn it up.
Turn it up. Right there.
Ooh, yo, Ari, this the one.
Yeah. It's cause I got jealousy. That niggas bet on me. Hit my first successfully. My friend with me, he went back to tell on me. Had to learn everybody. Friends, I gang enemies, these niggas. Between the three, you ain't as real as me. Me and me. My girl should be telling my enemy. Got a dream. My imagery. Be like, I don't know what got into me. Tell me, come on. Wait, you gotta be kidding me, seriously. Like you, so you know what your epitome is. These niggas can't handle the truth. You see how you mad at you niggas touching the man in you, so you gotta go do what I'm doing. Everything was just ratchet too much to be the one to be starting being just for publicity. What you want? I gotta sound like Mad Max. I mean, everything that I do it secretly. So I can get this to me. This shit that you leak on me. The more when I on me, not gonna see with me. No good. What time to see with me? I'm about to the top whether you like it or not. I'm just saying you gotta get what you got. what it is and it's not what it's not. You don't recognize this. I'ma get dope whether you like it or not. You can get smoked if you like it or not. I can get it. Hey, they asking me where did I go? I said I'm on the road. Money tree coming in, I'm here to schedule. I want the bread. I'm talking about more than the. You should come get to a dose. You getting too close. Give me some top line to break your nose. You talk with stuff that we creeping through those. You cannot see me invisible mode. I can get better put on the show. Up the 40 in this. I don't just not let it blow. Not the 40 nigga know he's wrong. Hey.
Hey, you gotta do that again.
Ari's beat was great because that's all I heard. Ari, you were great. Ari, you did a great job. And I love you.
Gotta do that again.
You was just going for it.
Did you hear
Nobody hear nothing you were saying.
The beat started.
You ain't look up at us now one time. Cause me and Emo was like, stop, cut.
Yeah, I was trying to stop you.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, it was too loud. You got to let him run that one more time, Paul.
All right, you can run it one more time. This is the last time, though. If you mess up this time, no, I'm just playing. Go ahead.
All right, I got you. Hold on. Let me make sure I turn it down a little bit more. Hold on.
Yeah. Okay, so Jay gets to go again. It's only fair. You want to do something again, Jay, or you want to, be a gentleman's?
I mean, I will if you want me to. I'll go off the top and give him a minute and he can reset. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So
I'm fine. I'm ready. It's just
all right. Go ahead, Juan.
I set the level. I just want to show how the levels work.
That was too loud.
The
bass was kicking though.
The bass is what did it. Yeah.
That bass is a beast, young Ari. All right. So let's do it again.
Turn it down just a little bit, Juan. Just a little bit.
I don't know what happened to our boy. He got disconnected. You know him. And now we got to wait for Lily to connect him back on.
Yeah, you got him back.
Yeah. Gotti, though, he like me. Can't do it on our own.
Can you hear it now? Is that good sound?
Yeah, just
better.
Is that good now?
Yes, much better, sweetie.
Yeah,
much
good, bro.
better.
Okay. Y'all ready?
Yes.
All right, let's get it. Yeah. One done. Yeah. It's crazy how jealousy made niggas bail on me. Hit my first lick and I did it successfully. Caught my first whip and he went back to tell on me. Had to learn that everybody ain't deaf for me. I lost some friends, I done gained enemies. These niggas ended me. Damn, I see clean me. Difference between the three, you ain't as real as me. I'm being me, I'm what they pretend to be. Losing my girl, she becoming my enemy. Got a dream, she not supporting my imagery. Family be like, I don't know what got into it. Young and cold-hearted, that's just the real in me. Hold up, wait, you gotta be kidding me, seriously. None of you niggas put fear in me. I see right through you, so you know what your epitome is clear to me. Like I'm holding up a mirror piece. You niggas can't handle the truth. You say how you feeling, they get mad at you. Niggas testing the man in you, so you gotta go do what a man would do. Can't trust them if they want their ratchets too much, cause they be the ones turning their back with a guap. Niggas be starting beats up for publicity, say what you want, but I won't let it get to me. See, I gotta sound like Mad Max. Call me the mini-me. Everything that I do it secretly. Hella disturbed, so I keep that piece on me. They don't believe in this shit that you leak on me. Don't know what I've been through, don't speak on me. New drip, Glock on the seat with me. New whip, work on the seat with me. Hey, I'm going to the top whether you like it or not. Like I finish, you gotta give what you got. This is what it is and it's not what it's not. I don't recognize real cause it's something you not. I'ma get dope cause I like it or not. Keep your strap close if you like it or not. You can get smoked if you like it or not. I get to the dope cause I like it a lot. Hey, and they asking me where did I go. I told them I'm on the road. Money train coming in, I'm here to schedule, bro. No, I don't wanna be broke. I want the bread, I'm talking about more than the loaf. Bitch, you can tell that I'm dope. You should come get you a dose. I know I'm doing the most. Back the fuck up, bitch, you getting too close. Give me some top, learn to breathe through your nose. Rooftop with scopes, yeah, we peeping through those. You cannot see me invisible mode. I got youngest that put on the show. Up to 40 in this murder she wrote. Ayy, murder she wrote. Ayy, it's murder she wrote. Ayy, oh boy, you don't really know, boy. Ain't had shit. Friends who I got my clothes from. Oh boy, you don't really know, boy. Came to the south, but I raised in Detroit, boy. Oh boy, need to show you roll, boy. I posted like, it ain't your time to go, boy. What? I'm playing, man. Hey. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. It took you a minute to get going, Juan, but you've got a great stage presence. Like, at first I was like, Jay, got you on stage presence alone because I don't know what he be using as a microphone. It look like a sippy cup, but he be rocking that sippy cup like it's his mic and making it. Yeah, I don't know what it is that you holding, but it really works. It puts you in that ragged, frame of mind. But why? When you start doing your thing, you start reminding me of the little baby. When you start doing your dancing. I was like, okay. And then I saw Denisha
I was feeling it.
Didi was like, yeah.
I was feeling that. No lie, man.
You got off too, bro. You got off.
Oh, appreciate you too, bro. Hey, much respect.
So I'm not going to say what I thought because I love you all. I think you're both great. You want to do one more verse for Jay and Juan? Jay, they both did just one, babe. He did the same. Isn't that the same rhyme you did last time, Juan? Yeah, he didn't do a new rhyme.
Yeah. Because it was just like just a pop-up type thing. You know what I'm saying? It's because where I'm at is 1:00 in the morning right now. So
I know, but you did the thing. No excuses. You put yourself out there, and now own the great performance that you both gave. If you feel embarrassed, good. That means you did the right thing. We should all, as performers, walk away feeling a little exposed. It means we did do our job. Cosi, it's on you. Can you give us
so as a hip hop connoisseur? Former manager of Latin Quarter, so I know, I'm a hip hop.
These babies don't know what the Latin Quarter is. But this woman started, she's responsible.
Then they should know what the Latin Quarter is.
That is a great, you are absolutely right. Do you know what the Latin Quarter is, Jay?
I don't.
You ever heard of the Latin Quarter? What about you, Juan?
Nah.
Is Cosi, let them know.
Latin Quarter was the first hip hop club in New York. BDP, Boogie Down Productions, Will Smith.
Boogie Down, okay.
MCs. I ran that club, okay? So I know what hip hop and stage president is, okay? So I'm just not some old chick just sitting here. Right. And as I'm listening to the new stuff that's coming out, first the gentleman that's in the yellow, your flow, love it. You got your breathing, your technique, and all that down. And the way you came in and dropped Kurupt in there as well. I thought that was extraordinary. Because we're just doing this. But next time you do something, just put the camera a little higher so that your eye level, so that you give just a little bit more presentation, so we'll clear a little more about your face and less of your body. The other cat, Juan, your joint was flow. Your flow was on time. I loved it. What you're going to do the next time you come out, we need to see your face. So even though this is you 3 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, you got
some light on yourself.
Put more lighting, thank you. Put more lighting on yourself so we can see you, okay?
And see, because you're doing so much, we want to see it.
Right. Also pay attention to where you put your phone to your microphone. You still got to work on, if this is what you're going to do Zoom-wise, you still got to work on your levels a little bit. But your flow was tight, but I can't see you. So next time you come, and proper preparation. You in a tank top? Come on, every stage you on, whether it's Zoom or
we need to see that. We ladies need to see that. We need to see all of that, and I can't see it right now because there ain't no light on you and you chocolate.
But I'm also talking about presentation and preparation. Even though you're sitting on Zoom, you should act like this is Madison Square Garden or the Barclays Center. Everybody, every single person, when you show up, you should look like the part. You
never know who's watching.
Exactly. Right. So every time you come on this stage, if you just, this is just Zoom and just 3 or 4, whatever, you got to act like every time it's Carnegie Hall, I'm in Yankee Stadium, it's 1,000, 100,000 people. So you get your best. Proper preparation prevents piss poor production. So, gentlemen, just to pop up tight. But if this is what you'll keep doing, then you need to just get a little tighter and with your presentation. That's what
proper preparation prevents piss poor production.
I liked it. I never heard that one.
Okay, Denisha, our guest star, can you give us what you thought?
I loved Jay's flow. I love the freestyle. I'm from Houston, so I like.
Didn't you like
when they pop up?
Did you see the pimp seed in them? Can you see the?
Yes, I saw it.
Yes.
You saw when you said that, I was like, hold on now, let me see.
Yeah, I'm so honored for that one, man. That's a huge compliment.
That's a huge compliment. But you did your thing. And one done, I love your wordplay. Your wordplay is crazy. It is what it is. It is when it ain't. I was like, all right. So like Paula said, once you got into the groove of it and we could really hear you, I thought your wordplay was phenomenal, your vocabulary. But again, I agree. We do want to see you. We want to feel you and actually see what you're doing. So I thought y'all both did great.
Who did it? Who you want to feel him? Oh, y'all single
music. Oh,
there's a baby on here. Didi, quit being nasty. There's a baby on here. Look at it. See all shocked. Lord.
It was the tank. It was the tank top, bro. The tank top did it, bro.
It was the tank top, bro.
You ain't nothing did nothing, Jay. He ain't won nothing. Nobody said he won. And y'all both winners. My thing is, you, Jay, have the confidence. Juan, you got to get there because you've got it. You need to start with the same level of intensity and performance as you ended with. We have to remember, and that's how I began this show, reminding us that we are kings and queens, not just something to say. We really are. And when you own it and you truly believe it, there is nothing to fear. There is nothing to not know that you are here with a purpose, for a purpose. We're not going to pick anybody again because I just want y'all to come back again. And Juan, you wear that same t-shirt next week. Okay? And you too, Young Ari. I want you to get in Derek's butt. Y'all next week, you and Derek going to go heads up for a beat. So bring your best, Young Ari, next week. And your earplugs, because you know Auntie be saying some things and I don't want you to hear them, okay? So sometimes you gotta put your earplugs in, okay? And Emo, you know you're always here. And Jake, I know, but can you come back again? Do you mind?
Of course, I'll come back, yeah.
Y'all come back Friday. Cosi, you'll be here next Friday. Juan, can you come back next Friday? And hopefully we'll have your partner here, Jay, and y'all can straight up battle. Y'all can go back and forth and back and forth. And we'll do a straight up street battle 2-on-2, you know, Playboy style. And Denisha, can you let us know where we can find you? And thank you so much, beautiful, for coming. And let us know all your stuff, your ats.
So you can follow me on Instagram at Crazy Dede. That's CraziEDede. You can find me on Facebook under Denisha. I use Instagram a lot. My Twitter is the same. And
she dresses real sexy, y'all. She takes some beautiful pictures. So y'all might want to check it out and look out for her beautiful face out here in Hollywood. Juan Dunn, you want to give us an at?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yes, ma'am. Everybody go _ Juan Dunn _ Juan Dunn WAUN no space DUNN. And you know, check out what I do there. You know, I do a little modeling, do a little fitness, do a little you know, rapping, do it all, you know. So yeah, out of Detroit, you know, came to South Carolina and you know, met my man Emo. That's how I got on here, and I appreciate
and we'll see you next week. Young Ari, we love you, Juan. I'm not cutting you off, but I really am. We love you, baby.
No, you're fine.
We love you to death. Young Ari, do you have an at? Don't be called perverts. I will call them folks on y'all. Don't you be looking at my baby with no nonsense. Do you have an at, sweetie, where we can get at you?
My Instagram, my Facebook is all the same. It's Young Ari, YBNGARI.
All right. Dad, we already know yours. Jay, we should know yours. Cosi, you want to let them know where they can find you? Here next week.
I am?
Yeah. You got the DJ machine. We love y'all. Everybody smile pretty. Until next week, we're here for you, for them. Bye.